So souls feel, right? We hurt, we feel happiness, we feel loneliness, we feel anxiety, we feel everything. And that's what it is to be a soul, right? A sentient soul. You feel stuff. And animals feel too, right? Dogs cry, dogs throw up, dogs complain, dogs feel happy, cats too. And if you have a pet hamster, hamster too. I know some people got pet rats, which I would, or mice. I would never do that, but to each their own. Snakes, I guess too. Point is, things feel, right? We feel, and I think that's because everything has a soul. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like dogs have like a doggy soul, or like humans have a human soul. And so with that said, because souls feel, right? Number one, I'm not an animal person. Me personally, I'm just not a big fan of animals. Just not who I am. So don't take me as one. But that kind of proves my point a little bit more. I know that souls feel and I know that dogs feel, but me personally, I can't ever hold up an animal to human status. Like I actually have a problem, or I actually don't have a problem with people, but I think there's something wrong with people who treat their pets like humans, right? And I've seen a lot of people treat and talk about their dogs like babies. And I guess I can't really blame them, because I mean I know like attachment is a thing, and we like feeling emotionally attached to a dog, which is again like a feeling happy, whining, crying soul. It's probably really easy to start to love that dog. But me personally, I could just I never own a dog, so maybe things will change if I ever do. But I just, despite you loving something, I just feel like there's a barrier in my head that would ever prevent me from viewing it as equal to a human. But that aside, though, that's a problem. And here's why, right? So there's this concept called speciesism. And basically, what speciesism is, it's the discrimination of species, right? And it's a relatively new concept, or at least it's getting popularity. And it's just this idea that us humans discriminate against other animals. For example, people don't, at least in America, people have a problem with killing dogs or the eating of dogs, right? Because we hold them as sacred. But we eat beef all the time. You go to certain parts of Asia and the cow is sacred. They will never eat cow, but they will eat dog, right? So it's very clear that, or same thing with mice and rats. We don't eat rats or mice here in America, but other people do, and other people, and then we eat stuff that other people would never. So it's very clear that the meats that we eat, or the meats that are seen as valuable and lovable, or as a disgrace, is very subjective, and it depends on the culture that you're in, right? So it's very clear here that we in a lot of ways choose what animals we discriminate against, right? Like we don't really discriminate against dogs the way that we do chickens, or pigs or cows, or ducks and all this stuff. And animals like cats, hamsters, those get the thumbs up. But when you see like a spider, or like a fly or a bee, it's kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh my God, right? That monster doesn't deserve to live. But why? And that's what speciesism is trying to address. Me personally, again, I'm not an animal person. um I'm not an animal person. Like I think rats should be killed when you see one. I think, sometimes squirrels, because they could be really bad to your crops, or, to your electric wiring and stuff. If you own a house, you know what I'm talking about. I don't own a house, but I know that that's a problem. I live in an apartment, and it's a problem still. Um, But yeah, there's this very clear discrimination of species that we have going on, especially as it relates to human, right? Because what did I just say? I said that even though I don't think dogs should be killed the way I think mice should be killed, or the way I think wasps should be killed, I still will never treat a dog, never have seen a dog either, as equal to human. You know what I'm saying? So that is species, right? Because here, and this is where it ties into the soul. If dogs can cry and dogs can feel and dogs can my mom always said this, right? She always told me that the only thing a dog lacks is the ability to speak. And really let that sink in. The only thing a dog lacks is the ability to speak, because it could feel everything else that we feel. And in a lot of ways it can do everything that we do. It just lacks the ability to speak. And the same is true with cats and all these other animals. There's a lot of studies on mice that suggest the same thing, and elephants and all these animals. It's very clear that if they could speak, the only thing that would make them not human is the fact that they're not in human bodies. So they have souls and they're just as capable. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, when I was being born, I never had the option to choose to be a human. So what if these dogs, their doggy souls, never got the chance? What if they just, I guess, like I got lucky that I'm a human, and I got even more lucky that I was born in America. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people that um are born in just frankly like countries where the dream is to come here, and they're risking their lives to come here. And I was just born lucky. I really was just born lucky, and in a lot of ways all of us were. And the same argument goes for like if you're a guy. There's a lot of people, specifically transgender people, who say I didn't get lucky that I was born the wrong sex. So we don't get to choose what we're born as. Just like I didn't choose to be short. You know what I'm saying? So dogs didn't choose to be dogs. Rats didn't choose to be rats. Flies didn't choose to be flies. And you didn't get to choose to be born where you were born. So why are we going to discriminate? Why are you going to punish somebody for something that's out of their control? Especially when they're so similar to you. And this is something I gotta work on too, right? Because I think speciesism is 100% logical, and I think it's possibly I think this is an idea that needs to catch on because it makes sense. I personally just don't follow it because I just don't think that I have it in me. I think that it's like wired in my brain that I will always hold humans higher. But why? Let me know what you think. Stay safe and thanks for listening.